Are you trying to educate yourself to try to keep up? What you learned 25 years ago ain't good enough to get you to. But if you're not willing to do anything, then get off the hamster wheel. Your relationship and your job, man, those 3 hamster wheels, man. So if you're not keeping up with that, then you're being left behind. And if you're being left behind, you're going to be left behind.
What's going on? In addition to that marker that you got.
I know you tired, man. We all tired. When are you going to get off of the hamster wheel? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about the hamster wheel and how we are all on different types of hamster wheels in different parts of our life. I'm going to talk about a few of them today. The first one I want to talk about is the hamster wheel of your job, right? What does that look like? You brush your teeth, you wash off. Some of you wash the night before. Some of you don't wash at all. And then you go to work. Maybe you stop and you get you a coffee, right? That coffee from the Starbucks down the street, $6, $7. And then you go in the office with your Starbucks cup. All your buddies in there, they got their Starbucks cups. It's kind of the culture, right? There's a few bougie folks over there that have the custom coffee shop cup, right? They don't have the Starbucks cup. They got the nice, the custom coffee shop, the one down the street. And then you start to work, and then you work, and then you go to lunch. You go out with your buddies to lunch. You go to these nice little restaurants. You spend $15, $16, $17 on lunch. And then you go back to work and you finish out your day. And then you go home. And then you go home and then you basically find something to entertain yourself. You watch some TV. Maybe you get on your phone and you doom scroll for a couple hours. Then eventually you watch some TV, then you go to sleep, and then you wake up and do the same thing over again the next day. You're just basically trying to get to Friday so you can have the weekend on Saturday. Some of you guys work on the weekends. That's the hamster wheel a lot of folks are on, right? A lot of people are on that hamster wheel. And am I on here to bash folks that go to work every day to earn a living? Nah. I'm just saying, do something to get yourself off that hamster wheel. Let's rewrite your day. You could wake up in the morning, you could take a shower, right? But you woke up a little bit earlier today. So now you're reading something, or you're listening to a podcast, trying to learn something. Then you go to work. You make your coffee at home. You skip Starbucks. You're not spending $6, $7 or $8 every morning for a coffee because it don't make sense. You could do your little Keurig coffee at the house and you could brew a little cup for basically 50 cents. So you're not wasting money there. You go to work. You pack your lunch for it. You don't spend $15 to $20 at lunch with all your buddies. You don't do that. On your lunch break, you just basically meditate. Or maybe you listen to another podcast, trying to advance your education. Or maybe you read a book. Then you finish work, then you come home, and guess what? You start reading a book again, or you start coaching yourself up so you can actually get ahead in life, or so you can pivot out of that job, do your own business, or do something in conjunction with that job that's going to help move you to financial freedom. Then you go to sleep. Now think about the 2 days I just described. They're not vastly different from each other, right? I didn't say anything crazy that you got to go out there and, go to all these places and no. All you're doing is you might be waking up a little bit earlier, right? To basically read something or listen to a podcast to try to further your education. Don't you know that 50%, 57% of Americans have not picked up a book since school? Think about that. Over half of Americans haven't done anything to educate themselves since they got out of school, whether that be college or high school. So think about that. If you're 45 years old, or if you're in your 40s, man, you done been out of school, man, 20, 25 years. How much new information has come out in 25 years that you don't know anything about? Are you trying to educate yourself to try to keep up? What you learned 25 years ago ain't good enough to get you to the finish line now. There's variations of basically everything now. There's better ways to do almost anything that we did 25 years ago. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if it's engineering. I don't care if it's cooking. Everything has advanced in the last 25 years because of technology and us having more knowledge. So if you're not keeping up with that, then you're being left behind. And if you're being left behind, you're going to be left behind. You're on a hamster wheel. You're not trying to get off the hamster wheel. You just want to keep running on that hamster wheel because guess what? It's comfortable on that hamster wheel. The hamster wheel is what you know. It's what you know. It's easy. It's hard to get off the hamster wheel. That's what takes real effort and courage, is getting off the hamster wheel, right? You're not being courageous, getting up, going to work every day, not trying to educate yourself. There's nothing courageous about that. That's the easy thing to do. That's the easy play. That ain't even a play. That don't qualify as a play. You're just doing the same thing every day. That's the first thing, is your job. What about your relationship? You in a dead-end relationship. You know it's a dead-end relationship. You wake up every morning, you're frustrated. You look at that woman and you look at that man and you're like, man, come on, man. What's going on here? But you're not going to do anything about it. You know why? Because it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Yeah, you know that person. Maybe it's the devil you know. And I promise you, I'm not getting on here to tell folks to get out here and break up their relationship because I think that's crazy too. You got to be smart, but you could change something within your relationship. You can make it better. Get off that hamster wheel of craziness, right? Communicate better. Have more conversations about, what you like or what will make you happier. Have that conversation. Let them know. If they can't handle that, then maybe that's a relationship that you don't need to be in. But start with communication. Start with being upfront about how you feel. And guess what? When you're upfront about how you feel, be prepared for them to be upfront about how they feel. And be able to take it like a man or a woman. And be able to listen to it. And be able to see their perspective. Get off the hamster wheel of a failed relationship. You can make your relationship better. If you invested some time in somebody, that's a good thing. Y'all could build something. You could be better together. But if you're not willing to do anything, then get off the hamster wheel. I'm tired of hearing all these folks having all these problems, the same problems over and over. Man, do something different. I don't care what it is. Do something different. Those are two major things that people continue to be on in the hamster wheel. And the third thing is their sphere of influence. The folks that you're around all the time. You're around these people who ain't going nowhere in life. You're taking advice from people who have failed at almost everything that they've done. And I'm not saying this to knock people. I'm just saying if you're spending the majority of your time with a whole bunch of people that haven't done anything in life, you're not going to do anything in life. That's just how things work. That's the bottom line. What did LeBron do when he got famous? You can hate on LeBron all you want. There's people who hate LeBron. There's people that think that the dude's trash or whatever. I mean, But one thing you can't deny is what that man did for his community and the people around him. That man leveled his people up. He basically told them, hey, listen, if y'all can't level up, y'all can't roll with me. It's okay to do that. Get off that hamster wheel of folks that aren't a good influence of you around you. Get from around those people. You first got to open your eyes and understand like who these people are. Start taking inventory of the people that you spend a whole bunch of your time with. Pay attention to them. Where they at in their life? Do they have good relationships going on in their life? Are they happy in their life? Now they can look like they're happy because everybody likes to put on a little mask. But are they really happy? Are they really where they want to be in life? And don't just listen to what people tell you, man. People will tell you anything. People will smile and act like they're happy, man. They mad as hell, man. Disappointed that they missed out on opportunities in life. Wish they made other decisions in life. Change your sphere of influence, man. Quit being around people who ain't going nowhere, man. Or you ain't going nowhere. That's the bottom line. You're not going to be the lucky one. You're not going to be the one that breaks out. I promise you. You won't be. You'll be just like them. Tell me what you guys think in the comments about those three things, man. Your sphere of influence, your relationship, and your job, man. Those three hamster wheels, man. Those are three of the hardest hamster wheels to get off of, man. To break out of. And the people running those every day. Every day. But you got to do something different, man. You got to, man. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Everybody knows what that means. I ain't gonna say it. Y'all can drop it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Do something different. Get off the hamster wheel. Peace.